boys and girls. It is a very windy day. Do you feel the wind blowing? The wind is blowing. You can see the trees moving. Oh, I just felt a raindrop. Oh, I hope it's not going to rain on us today. Our subject today is the wind. The wind. Last week we talked about water. Water is very important, isn't it? It's a necessity. Did you know that here on the earth, wind is also a necessity? We need the wind. The wind helps blow away the dust and keep us cool, and it brings the clouds and the rain, which is necessary for the grass to grow and for all of life. Today, let's look at a few things that we can do with the wind. What is good about the wind? Let me show you. On a very windy day, we can do some fun things. One thing we can do is fly a kite. Oh, wow, my kite wants to fly right now. Let's go fly a kite. Whoa. Here it goes, up in the air. Boy, I had a lot of fun flying a kite. That was a good thing to do with the wind. Do you know that the wind is very helpful? The wind can help us do work. Can you think of something that the wind helps us do? The wind can help a boat to move, can't it? Look here, this is a sailboat. You can have a small sailboat, or you can have a very large ship with many sails, and the wind can blow the ship across the ocean. Isn't that amazing? Here is a windmill. Windmill. Long ago, they would use a windmill to help turn grain, wheat or corn, into flour. As the wind blows the windmill around, there are big stones inside that would turn and grind the grain into flour. The miller, the man who runs the mill, is called a miller. The miller would be very happy for windy days, wouldn't he? Now look at this modern windmill. This is not for turning grain into flour. This does not make flour. Do you know what this modern windmill makes? It makes energy, electricity. Here is a wind farm. All of the windmills in a row are collecting the energy, turning wind into electricity. This is a good, clean way of making electricity. This is much better than using coal, burning coal, which puts pollutants into the air, puts smoke into the air, which isn't healthy for us to breathe. What else can we use wind for? Maybe for a parachute? Boy, if you have to jump out of an airplane, a parachute would be very important, wouldn't it? Or look at this. These people are paragliding. Paragliding. Sailing through the air like a bird flying through the air. Do you think that would be fun? I think it would be a little bit scary. I don't think I would want to paraglide. How about wind helping the birds? The birds can also glide through the air. If they don't want to fly and flap their wings and move their wings very fast, they can just use the wind, float on the wind, gliding through the wind and resting their wings. Wind is very, very important. It's important for our weather. Now, how do we get wind though? How How do we get wind? Is there a great big fan up in the sky blowing on the earth? No. No, we get wind from the sun heating up the earth. When the sun makes the earth hot, the air close to the earth gets hot, and hot air always rises. Hot air goes up. So the hot air goes up, and as it gets far away from the earth, it starts to cool and get cold, and then it comes back down. So you've got hot air going up, cool air coming down, and this makes a circle, or we call it the wind cycle. The wind cycle. Remember last week we talked about the water cycle. The water cycle, when the water evaporates and then comes back down as rain or snow, it goes in a circle, a cycle. Wind is the same. The hot air goes up and then the cold air comes down. And this is very important. Without wind, it would be so hot and uncomfortable. The wind cleans the air and moves the sand and dirt out of the air. Wind is also important for the plants and the trees to reproduce. I want to show you the cottonwood trees by my house. See, the wind is blowing. It's blowing little white things through the air. It almost looks like it's snowing. But these aren't snowflakes. No, these are the seeds from the cottonwood trees. These trees are called cottonwood trees. And if you look at the ground is white with the cottonwood seeds. The wind blows it and helps the seeds spread and new trees can grow. Let's look at some of these seeds. Do you see? It looks like cotton. It's full of seeds. Okay, so we saw the cottonwood seeds that the wind blows around. Look at this seed. This is a maple tree seed from a maple tree. The seed is at the bottom. At the top, it's like a wing, like a bird's wing or a feather. And when it falls off the tree, the wind makes it spin around like a helicopter. Isn't that clever? So I'm going to throw up a whole handful, lots of seeds, and you can watch them fall, okay? Are you ready? Wasn't that cool? The wind helps the trees reproduce. Okay, so I'm going to drop them one more time, and let's see if you can see them spin like helicopters. Are you ready? And they land with the seed down and the little wings sticking straight up so that it can grow in the ground and make a new maple tree. Okay, so I've come home and gotten out of the wind a little bit, and I made two little parachutes. All I did was take a little square of material, tie 4 strings, and put a little bit of clay at the bottom to weigh it down a little bit. One is smaller and one is bigger. And now I'm going to see how they float, how they fly in the wind, okay? Let's look at it. Try to let them go at the same time. And we'll see if the little parachute or the big parachute lands first. Are you ready? Well, that didn't work very well. I'm going to go up high to the balcony and try it from there, okay? Let's try one more time. Hopefully, it'll fall down straight and not get in the tree. Okay, are we ready? Let's try again. Here's the little one, here's the big one. Let's see. Which one reaches the ground first? Not bad. Should we try it one more time? try again. Here's my little parachute, and here's my big parachute. Okay, are you ready? Let's see which one gets to the ground first. So we see that wind is important for life. It's a necessity. Now, for homework this week, I'm just going to give you a list of words in English. I want you to write them in your exercise book and then look up the Hungarian word for it and write the Hungarian word beside it. Okay? That's all you have to do. Just copy the words and look for the Hungarian meanings, the definitions. Okay? You have a great week. Go outside, enjoy the weather, and have a great time. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.